The action of the movie takes us to the famous Chinatown, where our heroine Daphne Reynolds spent all her childhood and youth. Together with her mother, Libby, she lives on the 5th floor in a house without an elevator, surrounded by a constant hum and boiling life. There was a great relationship between the family, but for every birthday the girl wished there were 3 of them. When her daughter was sad, the woman would tell her the story of meeting her father. A young singer, Libby traveled the world and met her destiny in the Moroccan desert. The couple got married in a Bedouin tribe and were filled with sincere love. Henry brought Libby to England to introduce her to his family and formalize a real marriage. Unexpectedly, the hero's father passed away, and he became Lord Dashwood. The man's family set things up so that Libby would leave, and Henry believed that she had found someone else. The same story is listened to by the already 17-year-old Daphne. Together with Libby, she arrives at a wedding where her mother is performing with other musicians. The girl finds a drunk and asleep groom, whom the bride has lost, and sticks a piece of ice under his shirt. When the man tries to get the ice, Daphne repeats his movements, assuring everyone that it is a dance. A part-time waitress girl unexpectedly meets an acquaintance, but is not very happy about their meeting. When asked about college, Daphne jokes that she's applying to the University of the Unknown, and the not-so-smart interlocutor clarifies if it's in Ohio. During the bride's dance with her father, the heroine realizes that it is this tender and caring attitude that she has been missing all her life. After the celebration, a concerned Libby approaches her daughter, and Daphne says that it is wrong to hide her from her father all her life. At home, the girl secretly finds a page about her father, Lord Henry. Afterward, the girl packs her things and leaves. Libby listens to her audio message, where Daphne explains how much the daughter needs to find her father to realize who she really is. The heroine makes it to London, and is excited to explore a new world so unlike anything she's seen before. At the hotel, Daphne meets a musician named Ian, who works part-time at the front desk. Suddenly the girl hears on the news that her father, Lord Henry, is going to run for election, but in addition, the heroine learns that her father is soon going to marry Glynis and adopt Clarissa. The action moves to the house of the Lord himself, where the family and his father's assistant, Pace, Glynis's father, praise such a wise decision during the election campaign. Walking with Jan, Daphne says she has almost changed her mind about seeing her father, but still arrives at his mansion. The unflappable heroine sneaks into the house through the fence and stone hedge, driven by the desire to finally meet her father. At this time, Dashwood's future family, Glynis and Clarissa, are having breakfast at the mansion. The woman reminds them that the engagement is still 5 weeks away and they need to show up socially to maintain their image. Meanwhile, Daphne continues her intrusion into the house, which Clarissa notices but thinks she is just imagining it. In the dining room appears Lady Jocelyn, Henry's mother, whom Glynis and her daughter are not fond of, but their relationship is mutual, and then the father himself. Clarissa again notices Daphne peeping, and the fugitive is caught by Lord Dashwood. The man is angry, thinking that the girl was sent to spy, but seeing that she is still very young, he allows her to take pictures and leave. Unexpectedly, Daphne pulls out a picture of Henry that Libby took during their travels. Perplexed, the man says it's some kind of mistake, and the girl wants to leave, saying goodbye that she has dreamed of meeting her father since she was 2 years old. A distraught Henry exclaims that it was wrong to keep it from him for so long, and leaves the girl in the house to sort it out. Jocelyn receives her granddaughter very cordially, while Glynis and Clarissa try to persuade Henry to send Daphne away. The sincere and sensitive heroine embraces her grandmother, which pleasantly shocks the prim Englishwoman. Everything around her amazes and pleases her. Lord Henry calls Libby and talks to her. Counselors suggest using Daphne's arrival as a trump card in the election, and Dashwood slightly exaggerates the girl's virtue. The direct and lively heroine is by no means as quiet as her father thinks she is. Lord Henry invites Daphne to go with him to a fashion show, and the girl happily agrees, but their conversation is overheard by Clarissa. Enraged, she deceives the heroine about the dress code at court. Ian arrives at the Dashwoods' house, but the guard chases him away. The whole family gathers for the fashion show and waits only for Daphne. Glynis and Clarissa offer to go without her and Percy will bring the girl later. Lord Henry agrees to this proposal. Dressed rather unusually, Daphne tries to sneak into a show that has already begun, and unexpectedly finds herself on the catwalk. However, the heroine is not lost and, having slightly transformed her outfit, makes a pass as a model, feeling confident and comfortable. Even the fall and discussions of the prim elite do not embarrass Daphne. Acting directly, the heroine plays with Princess Charlotte's dog, and when Henry tries to apologize to such a dignitary, the woman replies with a smile that she likes the girl. Dashwood announces that Daphne will stay all summer, but Pace tells Glynis that the heroine will leave the mansion just as quickly as her mother did. At night, Henry meets his daughter in the kitchen and they have a sweet conversation while eating a cooked breakfast. Dashwood suggests a reception in Daphne's honor and the girl promises to think about it. In the morning, the Lord, leaving for work, says that the girl needs a dress for the reception on Saturday, and Glynis says that she already has one. Daphne doesn't like the outfit at all, and when Clarissa arrives, the heroine has a slight argument with her, saying that they are very different. Jocelyn joins Tom and her granddaughter in the shooting, and advises them to ignore the shenanigans of Glynis and her daughter. Back home, Daphne decides to adjust her dress. At the reception, the heroine appears with Jocelyn, who tells her about the family motto, "Keep your tail in the wind and everything will be cool." Hearing such words from her grandmother, the girl smiles. Taking off her cape, Daphne appears before the guests in a marvelous blue dress. Seeing his daughter, Henry is delighted with her, while Glynis and her daughter are angry. Daphne dances with a rather narcissistic young man at a party. Unexpectedly, she notices her acquaintance Jan among the musicians. The girl is genuinely happy to see him, and her feelings are noticed by Lady Jocelyn. Lord Henry is trapped by the organizer of the reception Orwood, and is forced to listen to the story of his magnificent chandelier. Daphne and Jan decide to shake up the reception. The guy plays rhythmic music, and the heroine starts dancing merrily. At first the guests are perplexed, but then they join in the energetic entertainment. Daphne becomes the queen of the evening. She does not hesitate to approach everyone and invite them to the dance floor. However, due to the noise of the music and rumbling, a beautiful chandelier with a long history is torn from the ceiling and shattered. Because of this, Lord Dashwood finds himself at the center of a scandal, but does not blame his daughter. When Clarissa is sarcastic about Daphne, Tom, whom the heroine has always treated very nicely, spills tea on the offending party, pretending that it came out by accident. In the hallway, Henry meets Ian, and seeing his daughter running off with a musician, worries about her and his reputation. The couple walks around town, buying cute trinkets and enjoying street food. At Daphne's request, Ian teaches her to be more graceful and fit the norms of elite society. The hero tells that his mother was quite famous, but married a simple man. Grandparents paid for the guy's studies, but he realized how deceitful all lords and ladies are. The couple kisses. At this time, a frightened father calls Libby and complains about his daughter's disappearance. They have a slightly sad conversation. The Dashwood family are invited to the Hanley Regatta. Peach and Pyrrha appear at the celebration. They tell that they have been transformed thanks to Daphne's advice, and immediately they are introduced to the handsome twins. The girl is again approached by an annoying admirer who danced with her at Orwood's dinner, and the heroine, struck by his insolence and self-righteousness, pushes the young man into the water. The reporters immediately notice the incident, but Henry grabs his daughter and takes her away on Ian's motorcycle. The man asks Daphne about whether Libby is happy, and the girl says that despite the loneliness of the woman tries to enjoy every day. Together with her father, the heroine chooses clothes, looks at discs and discusses music. In order to return home, avoiding reporters, the heroes climb over the fence. After talking to his daughter, Henry puts on comfortable clothes, dances, and behaves loosely, which shocks Glynis. However, because of Daphne's antics, the Lord's rating falls, and the other candidates treat him reprehensibly. Her father decides to talk to the girl, and asks her to behave appropriately. Henry's opinion and his love mean a lot to the heroine, and she completely changes her style, throws out old clothes. Daphne's style and behavior become more appropriate, but she by no means feels happy. However, thanks to this, her father's rating starts to rise. When Jan arrives, he is very surprised by the changes and the girl's refusal to go to the concert with him. Even more upset, Daphne goes to the reception of the Queen. When Charlotte's dog runs up to the girl, the heroine does not pay attention to her. Lady Jocelyn gives Daphne her diadem and teaches her that the inner is more important than the outer. At the reception in her honor, the heroine looks charming, but no longer feels so alive, happy and free as before. This is noticed by Ian, who speaks at the ceremony. Unexpectedly upset, Daphne meets her mother Libby and embraces her. Lord Henry notices this and feels very strange to see the woman he loved and probably still loves. It turns out that the lady has been invited by Lady Jocelyn. Libby and Henry dance and a happy Daphne watches them. Unexpectedly, the heroine overhears Pace saying that it was he who once got rid of her mother. The angry girl tries to tell everything to her parents, but Glynis locks her up. When the traditional father-daughter dance is announced, Henry is forced to dance with Clarissa. The mother releases Daphne, and the girl watches her father's dance. This shattered dream breaks her heart. The distressed heroine quarrels with Henry, and says she must leave him because she cannot be herself around her father. Libby takes the dejected daughter away, and then Lord Dashwood realizes how precious she and her mother are to him. The hero realizes that this is far more important than the election and everything he owns. Jocelyn advises her son not to sacrifice himself for the country, and to choose what is dear to his heart. During a speech to the voters, Henry announces that he is withdrawing his candidacy. Pace and Glynis are furious, but the man reveals that he knows about the deception about Libby and wants nothing to do with them. Daphne works the wedding with Libby again, but during the father-daughter dance, Henry unexpectedly appears. The hero apologizes to his daughter, and confesses that he loves her just the way she is. It turns out that as a surprise he brought Jan with him, which makes Daphne very happy. In the end, Henry and Libby get back together, Clarissa marries, and her mother Glynis becomes Orwood's fiancée. Mr. Pace himself is forced to work as a tour guide. Daphne, who has regained her style and direct, lively demeanor, enrolls at Oxford to spend more time with Ian. During a dinner together, the Dashwood family invites their old and faithful family servant Tom to the table. This is the end of the movie. Thank you all for watching this video to the end. Give this video a like. Write in the comments what you think about this movie, and see you in new videos.